right, here we go. Area of a trapezoid for anyone that's struggling with it, which is a lot of us. The problem with a trapezoid is it's funky. And what I mean by that is a parallelogram, this triangle could chop off and nicely come over here, and it actually makes a rectangle. Trapezoids don't do that. So for any of my people that had issues with trapezoid on the test, this is where you want to look up and pay attention. Or my people on YouTube. So, how we deal with the funkiness of this is we say, well, if I chopped this off into pieces and rearranged them over here, this is going to extend a little bit, and so will this one. And how we figure out how much is by doing the average of the two parallel bases. So what we mean by that is our two parallel bases are indicated with these little arrows, right? They're parallel with each other. That's what makes it a trapezoid. So 12 is my one base, 23 is my other base, often called B1 and B2 when we look at the formula. So when we look at the formula, that's our B1, B2. I'm going to write out the formula first and then start filling stuff in. There are a couple different ways to write this, but this is my favorite way to write it, is add the bases together, divide by 2 because that gets our average, and then we multiply by our height. So base 1, I like to use the small one. You want an award? No, I wish.
I wish too.
And the height is always the straight up and down. I'm recording a video for trapezoid stuff right now. So the height here is not the 13, not the 13.4. It's the straight up and down. It's actually the 12. So we multiply by that 12. So I'm going to do this one piece at a time. Same way I eat pizza. So 12 plus 23 is 35. Divided by 2. Dang, that's going to get a little annoying. Math, when we do multiplication or division, can be done in whatever order we want. I could actually do my 12 divided by 2 if I wanted to make this easier. Or in our calculator, we could actually open parentheses and do 35 divided by 2 in parentheses and then multiply by 12. Or I can just do 35 divided by 2, enter, and then hit times 12. There's a lot of ways to calculate this. But when we calculate this, I'm not even sure of the exact answer, so we'll just do this together. So we could do 35 divided by 2, enter, then times the height. What was our height here? 12. So 210. Or we could put the 35 divided by 2 in parentheses and multiply by 12 and get the same answer. We could even just write out 35 divided by 2 times 12 because multiplication and division are commutative. So they honestly happen, quote unquote, at the same time. So we get the same answer no matter how we type that in the calculator. But if there's addition or subtraction involved, that's not true. So if there's addition or subtraction involved, we got to be careful how we type it. Here it's a little bit easier. I'm going to do another example to make sure we're getting more comfortable with this. So I'm just going to make a trapezoid. I'm probably going to try to make it a bit more friendly. So these sides are going to be parallel. Now this is also what sometimes throws kids off. Not all trapezoids are pointed on both sides. So even if this was a right angle, it's still a trapezoid. Because, well, like, the way my dad made me remember this is we had raccoon traps, because we live in the country, that looked like this. And these would lift up, and then the raccoon would walk in, and it would catch it, and it's a live trap, so you can go take it somewhere else. This is how I remember Trapezoid, because even if you designed it like this with only one opening, it's a trap, right? It's a trap. So, let's say I make the bottom of this 20. Let's go 22. And we'll make the top of this, I don't know, 14. That doesn't look right, but what, yeah. It'll work. Yeah. I just want even numbers. And let's make the height, I don't know, 8. And there would be some distracting number, like there'd be like a 12 over here or something. That doesn't matter. Literally, you can ignore that. Unless we have to do perimeter. You can come in, dude. Sorry, we're just making a little video about trapezoids. Give me just a second, then I can help you out. Yeah, you can wave to the camera if you want. You'll be on YouTube. You'll be famous with my 200 subscribers. I'm going to write the other way of doing the formula, because if I'm making a video, I might as well do both ways. The other way you'll see the formula is 1/2 of B1 plus B2, then times H, which, guys, multiplying by half and dividing by 2 are the same. Right? Division by 2 and multiplication by half are the same. So now, base 1, I like to use the littler number. Doesn't really matter. So 14 plus 22. My height is the straight up and down one, so the 8. 14 plus 22 gets me 36. This is what a lot of us forgot to do, the halving. And I still have a times 8 out here. There's a lot to carry down. So now when I go, I don't even need a calculator. What's half of 36? 18 times 8. Now that might sound like a pain, but break it up and make it easier, right? Not easy. What's 8 times 10? 80. What's 8 times 8? And then put those together. 144. And then, and I forgot to do this in the last problem, no naked numbers. So we would have to call this units. If you didn't hear me say that in class, I say that a lot. Naked numbers will get in trouble. It's inappropriate. Put some pants on, bro. No, so unit squared. We gotta have a label on our number. No naked numbers. Notebook paper sold in stores is not a full-size sheet. Yeah. Well, it depends on where you get it. But yeah, like printer paper often has a little bit of a bigger margin. Goodbye, YouTube.